Saul Canelo Alvarez pictured with Jaron Ennis. Ennis put it up on his X, and he says, sword sharpens sword.
I think it's a good matchup. It's a fight that we all been wanting to see. Bud has the skills. He got the discipline, IQ to win, but Canelo has all that with the size. So I think it's a good fight.
Canelo. I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Really? Yeah?
Now, I'll tell you like this, I mean, the weight division things, but I hope Crawford beats the shit.
Canelo Alvarez has stunned the boxing world yet again. News broke that Jaron Ennis, one of the sport's brightest and most feared young talents, has joined Alvarez in training camp ahead of the highly anticipated showdown with Terence Crawford. The clips of them working together during intense sessions have already gone viral, sparking massive debate in the boxing community. Fans and analysts alike see this move as a serious shift in momentum, one that could tilt the balance in Canelo's favor and make things much tougher for Crawford when the two finally meet in the ring.
Let's go, let's go. I see you. Work, let's go. Yeah. Let's go, baby.
The boxing world did not expect this collaboration. Jaron Ennis is not only a dangerous fighter in his own right, but he also brings a fresh style, youthful energy, and elite-level skill to sparring. Watching him push Alvarez in training has been described as beyond expectations by those who got a glimpse of the session. For Canelo, this is not just routine preparation, it's sharpening his tools against someone who represents the new generation of boxing. For Crawford, this news is nothing short of alarming.
It's two great fighters, man. I'm just looking for a great fight. I'm trying to get away from predictions. I am a huge Canelo fan because he was in the same stable. We seen him fight up person and seen his greatness. But Terence Crawford is one of those guys, and if anybody could pull off the upset, it could be Terence Crawford. He has a strong team behind him, and he don't know how to lose. So he got that on his record. But he's facing a bad man that night, so we're gonna see what happens. So I'm just looking for a great fight.
Some insiders, like Showbiz the Adult, have already voiced concern for Crawford. He suggested that Alvarez aligning himself with Ennis is one of the worst developments possible for Crawford's camp. According to him, this move gives Canelo a dangerous edge. As a talented fighter shaping another talented fighter creates problems Crawford might not have seen coming. In Showbiz's view, Ennis helps Alvarez add new wrinkles to his style, something Crawford will have to solve under the highest pressure imaginable. The thought of Alvarez entering the ring sharper and more unpredictable adds another layer of threat for Crawford.
It's over, bro. Saul Canelo Alvarez pictured with Jaron Ennis. Ennis put it up on his X, and he says, sword sharpens sword. Talking about his sparring and being a part of Saul Canelo Alvarez's training camp. You cannot get more perfect of a preparation for Terence "Bud" Crawford than Jaron Ennis. Terence Crawford being known as a big welterweight, his athleticism being great, his slickness, IQ, boxing ability. Check, 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 check when it comes to Jaron Ennis, being seen as today's Roy Jones Jr.
It didn't take long for former fighters and experts to weigh in on this evolving situation. Tim Bradley, known for his detailed breakdowns, gave his perspective as well. He pointed out that Alvarez is already a complete fighter, but this kind of training shows he is leaving no stone unturned. By sparring with someone as slick, fast, and explosive as Ennis, Canelo forces himself into uncomfortable situations in the gym. Bradley believes that if Alvarez can learn to handle Ennis's speed, movement, and angles, it could prepare him for Crawford's unique style in ways few imagine.
I think Canelo will try to control the center of the ring. I think he might even box a little bit on his toes, due to the fact because he wants to feel the punching power, and vice versa. Crawford wants to feel his punching power as well. You know, in the beginning, it's all the position balance. Like both guys are trying to get balance and trying to find their rhythm, you know, understanding their distance to where they can punch and at the same time avoid getting hit. You know, it takes Crawford a little bit more time than I would say Canelo to get right to it. Canelo, although I would say he is a prolific counterpuncher, fantastic counterpuncher, you know, he tends to find his spots a lot quicker.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the boxing community, there is no shortage of confidence in Crawford. Yet the flood of predictions keeps coming, many of them favoring Canelo. A recent piece from Bloody Knockout highlighted another perspective. The emerging knockout artist at super middleweight Hamza Shiraz has openly targeted Alvarez for a future fight, but still predicted that Canelo would defeat Crawford. The logic was simple. Canelo's size, strength, and ability to walk through punches could be too much for a man moving up in weight, no matter how skilled Crawford is.
I expect the fight to be very competitive for the first 6 rounds, and then Canelo to take over and dominate.
Another fighter captured an interesting angle while revisiting the fight outcome. Jeff Horn, who has first-hand experience in the ring with him, actually predicted that Canelo would stop Crawford before the final bell. The argument made was that while Crawford is supremely skilled, the difference in weight and Canelo's ability to absorb punishment and dish out heavy shots would eventually break him down. To hear this from someone who shared the ring with Crawford adds weight to the prediction and fuels the ongoing debate.
Crawford will kind of use his supercomputer in there to figure out Canelo, but I think Canelo either gets him early, or, like, I see it multiple ways. Canelo either gets him early, it goes the distance, and Crawford just hangs in there from Canelo battering him with heaps of shots, or I see it as Crawford uses his supreme boxing skills to be able to outmaneuver Canelo, tagging him with good shots and tiring him and finishing him, or going to points and winning there too. It goes anyway. Like, that's why this is so interesting.
Carl Froch also chimed in, though in his usual unconventional way. Froch's take on the fight has always leaned toward Canelo's experience and durability. To him, the addition of Ennis to Canelo's camp only reinforces the idea that Alvarez is taking this challenge very seriously. Froch, never shy about making bold predictions, suggested that Crawford may simply be too small to survive Canelo's power and physicality, especially if Alvarez enters the fight this sharp. For Froch, the pieces are aligning in favor of the Mexican superstar.
He has passed his best. He's had over 60 fights. Made a fortune. Why is he even still fighting? But this is a super fight against Crawford. But it could go wrong for him. He could end up losing. Whoever loses, it'll be an upset, because the amount of people that think Crawford's going to win. Crawford's certainly an unbelievable bad boy fighter, proper good fighter. Then you've got Canelo, who just understands the game.
Not to forget recalling the perspective of Buster Douglas, the man who pulled off the biggest upset in boxing history when he defeated Mike Tyson. Douglas analyzed the Canelo-Crawford fight in a unique way, suggesting that history shows us anything can happen when the right fighter steps in at the right time. While Douglas respected Crawford's abilities, he leaned toward Canelo having the tools to hand Crawford his first loss. For fans, the fact that Douglas, known for shocking the world, saw Canelo as the likely winner only deepened the intrigue.
You got Crawford? Crawford's going to do it. It's going to be a good fight. Yeah. But Crawford's going to get the edge. He's that man.
Any advice on him? This moment, you've had that moment against Mike Tyson, that seizing that moment. What kind of advice would you give him?
I think he's going to be well prepared. He's looking great. You know, what I've seen in the papers and reading in the magazines. Yeah. You know, it's going to be a great fight, but I think Crawford's going to come out ahead. He's going to do his thing.
Antonio Tarver, another respected voice in boxing, made his prediction too, and it was nothing short of intriguing. Tarver praised both fighters, but ultimately leaned toward Canelo's ability to control the pace and punish opponents who try to outbox him. Tarver argued that Crawford's skill set might get him into the fight early, but Canelo's relentless pressure, body shots, and counterpunching could wear him down down as rounds go by. For Tarver, it wasn't just about who's the better boxer, it was about who could impose their style for 12 rounds, and he believed Alvarez had the upper hand.
Yeah, it's a major fight, man, the biggest in a long time. If you've been following Tarver's take, you know I'm Bud County all the way. But this is going to be the toughest fight, the best fighter Bud has ever been in the ring with. And arguably, this could be the best fighter Canelo has ever been in the ring with. We'll find out which one is which on September 13th.
Adding even more fuel to the fire, Devin Haney, one of the most prominent young champions today, made his stance clear as well. Haney, a technician in his own right, openly backed Canelo in this matchup. His prediction carried weight because Haney understands timing, distance, and skill at an elite level. For him to pick Canelo showed just how much respect Alvarez has among today's top fighters. Haney saw Canelo's power and experience as too much for Crawford to overcome, especially in a fight of this magnitude.
I think it's a good matchup. It's a fight that we all been wanting to see. Bud has the skills. He got the discipline, IQ to win. But Canelo has all that with the size. So I think it's a good fight. I'm happy that Bud got the fight. My dad was the one that told him that he should take the fight. Bud came out and said that my dad was the one that told him to fight Canelo a long time ago.
Really?
So yeah.
Like in a private conversation, he just
he
recommended
told him,
that.
like, man, the fight for you is Canelo. And,
really?
and Bud looked at my dad like yeah, but
now it's here.
Yeah, no, it's here now. So I think it's a good fight for boxing.
Is your dad picking Bud to win that fight?
Of course, yeah. And I'm picking Bud too. But will it be an easy task? No. But if anybody could do it, I think Bud can.
What stands out in all these takes is the consistency of concern for Crawford. While some still believe in his brilliance and ability to adapt, many voices, from former champions to current stars, see Alvarez as the man with more advantages. The addition of Ennis in his camp only magnifies that belief. It makes Alvarez not just a powerful, experienced fighter, but one who is actively preparing with the best tools possible.
Canelo. I hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Really? Yeah?
Now, I'll tell you like this, I mean, the weight division things, but I hope Crawford beats the shit.
Why do you want to see Crawford beat the ish out of Canelo?
I just hope Crawford beats the shit out of him.
Why? Like, Canelo, is it because of the last fight? Like you haven't been a fan of Canelo, or like, why? Like, you like Crawford that much? Took your cock.
What Canelo did on that day was disrespectful to boxing. It was just simply disrespectful to boxing in every way. Canelo.
The ripple effects of this training news are undeniable. Fans are already debating whether Crawford can handle not only Canelo's natural size, but also a sharper, more prepared version of him. The fact that Alvarez is going into the fight with the help of Ennis suggests he is focused and motivated like never before. For Crawford supporters, it raises serious questions about whether their fighter can defy the odds once again.
But yeah, bro, I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he made that move. I saw his brother was up there with him, so it's a great, bro. I'm just happy. That shit made my day. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And I'm rocking with Canelo anyway, but I think it's the perfect fit. It's the perfect fit.
At its core, this fight represents more than just two great fighters colliding. It's about legacy, pride, and the chance to prove greatness at the highest level. Canelo's decision to bring in Ennis shows that he respects Crawford enough to prepare with everything he has. It also shows that Alvarez is not underestimating the challenge, despite so many predictions going in his favor. On the other hand, Crawford has built his career by proving doubters wrong and silencing critics who said he couldn't succeed at higher levels. When fight night comes, the training clips, the predictions, and the opinions will no longer matter. What will matter is who can execute under the lights, who can withstand the pressure, and who can rise above adversity. But for now, the buzz is clear. With Ennis by his side, Alvarez has positioned himself as the most dangerous version of himself yet. For For Crawford, the challenge has only grown bigger, and the world will be watching to see if he can once again rewrite the script. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Ring Rivalry so you never miss the biggest stories and hottest debates in the world of boxing. Stay tuned, because when Canelo and Crawford finally clash, you'll want to be right here for every reaction, breakdown, and post-fight shocker.